Hi all, welcome to this week's Trade Plates TV live show. Today we've got a slightly different format. I'm going to be joined by two guests via Skype who you'll be able to ask questions to, but as is usual, this is more about you and we want to find out what you think on all the topics today. So later on in the show, we've been fielding some questions and topics that you guys want to talk about. We're going to be talking about things like the cost of advertising, what works best when promoting your business, are PCP deals just duping customers into spending more? And do traders find the guides such as cap and glasses actually useful? Does it influence where you're buying? Or do you know better? So we're going to be talking about them later in the show and we'd love to know what you think. So if you get onto the chat box below the screen and let us know, and anything else you want to talk about, put it in there and we will pick it up later in the show. I've got with me today James Baggett, who is being my sort of co-host or call fielder. He'll be picking up all of your comments. So get on to him, he'll be replying as well. If you want to tweet us at Trade Plates TV, or you can tweet James, he's at Car Dealer Ed. With anything else you want to talk about, you can do that as well. So first up today, my guest is going to be David Henderson from Lawries Garage in Scotland. So he couldn't quite travel all the way down here. Hello, David.
Hi there.
Hello, David.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thanks. Fine, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. So you guys obviously, you won the best used car dealers under 50 cars. I'll be able to get my words out in a minute. What actually inspired you to go for that award?
Well, actually, we didn't actually go into the award. We were nominated by somebody else,
right, okay.
which was quite nice. It's always good to get a bit of recognition from elsewhere, you know. So we were nominated elsewhere, and obviously when we got the phone call, we were desperately keen to get down and see what it was all about.
That's cool.
We certainly didn't expect to win.
Really? Was that your sort of first sort of coming with Car Dealer magazine?
Yeah, that was. I mean, I read it every month, so I get a subscription every month. But that was my first real communication with them in the first event that we'd been to, and it was fantastic. It was really good, yeah.
So for anyone that doesn't really know a lot about you, can you give us a bit of background to your business?
Yeah, we're based, we're a mainly approved used Volkswagen, but also Seat and Skoda. We're based in the Scottish borders. We're actually based in a small village called St Boswells, which is right next to Melrose. So if you were to look at the area, you'd be thinking there's only a handful of customers around.
Right.
But we're based there. We've been here for. The garage, Lawries itself, has been here for a very long time, and it's got a good reputation. But in the past 4 or 5 years, we've really built on that, and we've got quite a large customer base up and down the country now. So that's where we are. We're, as I say, approved used Volkswagen, Seat and Skoda.
So, David, I've got a couple of questions for you. I mean, obviously, it must have been a very difficult time for you guys with everything that's happened. How have you guys coped with that troublesome time for the brands that you represent?
Yeah, I think initially when the news first broke, I think it was late September, wasn't it? It seems a long time ago now, but when it first broke, there was probably a little bit of worry around it. But the good news was the brands, especially Volkswagen, have put a lot out there to try and kind of bring confidence back. You know, with our used cars now, you currently get a 2-year warranty, you know, across any used car. So I've got a 2007 plate Golf outside, and I can offer a 2-year Volkswagen warranty on it, which is a great offer. So these kind of offers, deposit contributions, servicing, they're all really helping just to bring customers' confidence back. Looking at it from this year onwards, so far we've really had our best numbers we've ever done regarding Volkswagen, Skoda and Seat, and I mean customers still seem confident that the cars are, you know, they've been driving them all this time now. There's nothing wrong with the vehicle. They're still the cars they want to be driving. So I wouldn't like to jinx it, but so far this year things have been quite positive. So nowhere near as bad as we initially anticipated, you know.
Do customers even care? I mean, you know, we've talked about this on this show a couple of times before. The fact that Volkswagen make fantastic cars, and at the end of the day, that's what people are buying. Yeah. I think what I thought was people were just annoyed the fact that there was some dishonesty there. Has that actually filtered through to the dealer network? I mean, do customers actually say to you, Do they even mention it, or do they just come in and buy the car regardless?
I mean, you do get the customers that do mention it, but in reality, if I was to think of the past 2 months, there'll be very, very few who will have mentioned it, and you just have to be positive with it, and try and reassure the customer that it will get sorted. There's going to be a fix out there at some point for it in the very near future. So the vast majority of our customers haven't really mentioned it, though, if I'm honest with you.
So how, back to your dealership, and how far are people coming to come and buy cars from you? Because is it quite rural areas surrounding you as well?
Yeah.
Are you up against quite a lot of other dealerships?
If you look at the borders, there's quite a few towns around about the area. So you've got a few different kind of rural towns. You've got Galashiels, Melrose, etc. The nearest city's 30 miles away, Edinburgh. That's our nearest city. Throughout the towns, you'll have your different franchises, so Nissan, Ford, etc. But the nearest Volkswagen dealer is Edinburgh. But just to give you an idea, we use Auto Trader for advertising all of our cars, and I still agree that it's a fantastic tool, and we sell cars up and down the country. We'll deliver a car to anywhere in the country, and I think the furthest I've had a customer come from is Malta. So we've had customers from all over the place, and that's the power of the internet, and that's how we hope to expand our business.
So have you seen quite a large jump in people coming to the dealership since more advertising online and things like that? Are you seeing, I guess, more knowledge from your customers?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say more of them coming. I mean, a lot of our deals are done over the internet and over the phone, and we'll never actually meet the customer. One of the things we won our award for was the use of video, so See It Now, and we use that very well. I would say my sales guys are very good with it, and that gives them an extra bit of peace of mind. If you're selling a car, for us up here, we're selling a car to someone in London who's never ever going to see the car before collection. It just gives them a bit of peace of mind that you can do them a full presentation, show them yourself, and show them kind of what we're all about, and just give them that extra bit of peace of mind. So a lot of our deals now, we never even see the customer in the showroom,
Oh, really?
I mean, David, I remember your entry very well for the used car awards, and I remember being particularly impressed myself by the See It Now video. I mean, it was fantastic. Has that had a massive impact in terms of your online sales? Are people a lot more confident to buy from you now they've seen a video?
I would say, yeah, definitely. That gives customers a massive amount more confidence. And what surprises me is, for customers who are from up and down the country, and they're maybe looking at more than one car. Maybe, for example, I had a customer a couple of weeks ago who bought a Polo from us. They were from Ipswich, and they'd been looking at numerous different Polos up and down the country, but they said to us, believe it or not, we were the only one that sent them the See It Now video, which in this day and age amazes me, but if you can keep in front like that, I'm more than happy.
That's really cool. What is special about your See It Now videos? I haven't seen these, so...
Well, from what I remembered, they were very personal, and they gave a fantastic insight into the car that we were, supposedly buying as part of the judging process we did. And I think the fact that it was so personal and it came across so quickly, that really impressed us. And I'm sure as customers, they must think exactly the same thing. Yeah,
I think, again, yes, your speed in return and responding to an inquiry is massively important. If you can get a video across to the customer within the hour, it's perfect. While they're still sat at their desk and they're not away and done something else, or sent another message onto another garage.
Is that something you train all your sales guys in as well? How to be really personal on camera?
Yeah, I think that I'm fairly fortunate in that I've got a great team. I'm quite happy to say that I've got a really good team around me, and we're all very confident with the See It Now. But what you tend to find is we've just taken on a new member of staff to add to the sales team, and they see all the other guys doing it, and they see them getting success from it, and they want to do the same. So, but yeah, they get a bit of training just to how to do it, but the personalities come across, which is really what you want,
David, it's been quite an interesting start to the year in the motor trade. What are you most looking forward to for the rest of this year?
Well, from a garage point of view, we've got exciting times coming up in that we're in the process of just beginning a full redevelopment of the site, which will really help to take us to the next level. If you were to see our site at the moment, you probably wouldn't believe the amount of cars that we sell. The site's probably remained as it is for the past 20 years, and in comparison to other garages around us, it needs a bit of a refresh. So over the course of the next 6 months, we'll be spending a lot of money in and really revamping the garage. So that's something that we'll look forward to. And from there, we'll be trying to push on with our sales and taking the garage to the next level. We're currently, this will be our record month. A site record will sell 85 to 90 cars this month, and we're really going to push on and try and break the 100 mark and go on from there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, is it, in terms of new models? I mean, are you looking forward to anything coming for any of the brands that you represent?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously Seat have a new 4x4 coming out very soon, so that'll be interesting. It seems to be getting good write-ups, and I mean, if it's anything as popular as the Tiguan, it'll be great news for us.
It does look fantastic, that car. I remember I saw it at Geneva and was particularly impressed.
It looks brilliant, yeah, it really does. So I think that's been a long time coming from them. Skoda have obviously got their plans for another SUV as well. So there's a few interesting cars coming out, and of course you can't forget the new Tiguan as well. Being in a kind of more rural area, we really do well with them. So once they start to filter through, and I can get my hands on those, then I'm sure we'll have a real opportunity.
What's your best seller at the moment then?
We sell more Volkswagens than anything. I mean, your bread and butter cars are really your Golfs. Obviously, the current Mark 7 Golf, you can get these cars kind of 2-3 years old now, so they're becoming really, really popular. We try and keep a good stock of kind of one owner Golfs across the range, GT, SE, whatever. There's always a good market for those. With the new Polo's been a big success, and the new model Ibiza, we're starting to get our hands on some of those now, and they're doing very well.
So are we going to see you as a winner at Used Car Awards this year, and what are you going to do to make sure that happens?
I really hope so. Yeah, that would be brilliant. I'll be devastated if I'm not there. So we'll all be doing the same as we've been doing from the point of responding to our inquiries quickly, giving the customers a good personal service. Just the usual, really working hard with our customer service more than anything. I think that's, in this day and age, when you can buy a car anywhere up and down the country fairly easily and have it delivered to your door, that's really prime, is that we're.
I mean, I asked what you were most looking forward to this year. I mean, is there anything that concerns you about the industry at the moment that you've got worries about?
I'm fairly positive at the moment. There's nothing that's concerning me too much. I mean, if you would have asked me maybe 4 months ago, it would have been obvious that my answer would have been the emissions scandal.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more positive about that now. We'll just keep working, and I mean, from our point of view, we're going from strength to strength. So there's nothing that's really concerning me at the moment. I know a lot of people speak of the issues of pre-registered cars, etc. But from our point of view, we're going from strength to strength. We've got loads of opportunity for growth, so we're going to keep working that way.
Do you think you will be growing? Is there any chance you're going to expand in more dealerships, or because? Explain to me, you're part of Borders Motor Group, or is that what you used to be?
We're part of Border Motor Group. So as a group, we've got 3 Toyota sites. So we've got Dumfries, Carlisle and St Boswells. We've got Hyundai sites, Lexus and another Skoda site. From our own point of view, we're used cars, and that's our bread and butter, and we'll continue to focus on that. There's loads of areas of growth with 3 to 5 year old cars that we can still take advantage of, and we're trying to stock a bigger selection of kind of non-franchise cars, so perhaps Audis, things like that as well. So that's where we really aim to go. But just to give you an idea, this garage maybe 4 or 5 years ago will have been selling 25 to 30 cars a month, and now we're 85, 90, and we're pushing for 100. So we're hoping that we'll continue to go in that direction. And
Yeah, that's
you know,
fantastic.
reputation with the used car award and our local reputation, will continue to shout out about the used car awards and telling everybody about it and advertising it, and hopefully that'll also help us to continue to grow.
I noticed it was on your Facebook page. Is that something that customers are really receptive to?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, any customer that we speak to on the phone now, we'll be saying, you know, regardless of where they are, you know, we'll be making them aware of the fact that we've won this award. In terms of Facebook, I use Facebook. I run the Lawries Facebook page, and we try and update it. Often you'll see on the Facebook page at the moment my profile picture is the used car award, and we'll just be trying to continue to use it for as long as we can, and then hopefully we'll win it again next year and we'll be fine.
That's really good. So something I just want to pick up, we're going to be asking people later in the show about how they promote their businesses and how you advertise cars. What do you find works best for you?
It's probably a common theme, and I know that people have mixed responses, but Auto Trader works fantastically. To me, that if you've got the right product and you're advertising it in the right way, then for most people, I would say that they'll be heading down the Auto Trader route. But there's so many different ways that you can advertise your cars now. We actually, again, it's something that you get mixed reviews with, but we get a lot of success from advertising or putting cars up, you know, some things that are a little bit different up onto Facebook, and the amount of inquiries that we get through there it's brilliant. And from an advertising point of view, it's really very cheap, you know. So there's loads of avenues, and we'll be going into, you know, this year I hope to delve further into Twitter, just to try and get our name out there more as well. Your older advertising methods, or your newspaper and things, we've just pulled out of newspapers altogether.
Really?
And that was a big step for us, because I think in the borders in particular, there's still probably the idea that people will pick up a paper and go looking through the local adverts and seeing what cars are available. But that was a step for us to come out of there and focus on other areas. But the web has to be our biggest opportunity.
Really cool.
And I mean, one question would be from me: if you were sat here in front of the Volkswagen management, would you have a message for them at this time?
I mean, in reality, I think I know there have been there's been a bit of criticism down to how we've handled the emissions saga, in terms of communicating with customers to exactly what's going to happen. I think that could have been dealt with slightly better. You know, keep the customer slightly more in the loop. But from a point of view of what they've done for dealers to try and, you know, from a sales point of view, with the extra warranty, the service, and all of these things that they've built into the offers, I'd be telling them to continue with that, and you know, the emission saga will you know, stay at the back of people's minds. I don't think it's going to be as big an issue as was first thought. So to me, it would be just to keep the customer's confidence by offering the 2-year extended warranty. Continue that. I know there's been talk that it might be discontinued as of the end of this quarter, but we'll continue that, and maybe just keep customers more up to date with what's actually happening. I think if you were to ask a lot of Volkswagen garages, they probably still wouldn't be too sure exactly what the fix is.
And we're just going to cut to a break in a minute, but my last question to you is, obviously the under 50 cars group is like really hotly contested, but who do you think are the big competition for you guys?
Well, obviously there's in Portsmouth, Prestige Diesels. So you know, they're the usual kind of people in there, and I'm sure the more popular the event gets, there'll be more people that we don't know about yet that will be gunning for it. You know, so I can only hope that we'll do enough to be there again, this year.
Hi, welcome back. Unfortunately, we've just tried to get hold of Umesh and he's with a customer at the moment, so we are going to have to cut today's show short because we can't get hold of our very special guest. But if you have any questions for Umesh, we are going to get him on the next episode of the show, which is taking place next Tuesday at 3 p.m. We're also going to have Lexis Cassie back on the show, and you know she can really talk, Giles Usher from Cars of Portsmouth, and someone else very special, but he's sort of in disguise, so you'll have to hold on for that one. Thank you for James for joining me today.
No worries.
Thank you to David again. Thank you, you were brilliant. And we'll catch you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.